I'm Aaron Hallett. I wrote original Christian rock. I just came out here, from a freaking ridiculously cold for November temperatures. So a lot of times I will fish around for new sounds and stuff like that when I'm starting out a different album that is. This won't be different, but I just feel like loading this amp. So I've got this panned right. It's actually my left guitar, but I have a stereo thing. So on the right side, I usually have a little bit of a different sound just for like depth. That's not bad. It's okay with the drop on. Alright, well anyway, that's a whole bunch of farting around for a little tone difference, but I'll see how it works. I'm gonna do some original stuff here. I make it up, so I said original Christian rock. So my whole thing is I come out here every morning and write a new song. I put something down a little bit ago. Alright, that's kind of like a simple thing. I think I'm fortunately right in the key I want to be in. So I had this thought recently, because I keep doing this dual signal thing where it's sounding like I'm multi-tracking without doing it. Okay, so the trick to this is it can't be just copy-pasted and then exactly the same timing wise, because it just won't work. So the other side I've got exactly what I played and a millisecond on one side. So this I'm gonna do half and then 1.5, just see what it sounds like. Yeah, if it's not canceling and giving me a bunch of comb filtering. Sounds super tight, actually. Alright, I'm keeping it. That's fine by me. It'll also just help the song just sound really tight. See, the thing is, I come out here every morning, so when I'm doing the guitars and vocals and stuff, especially the guitars, like I'm multi-tracking, I don't have time to sit here and fart around getting everything perfect, so I just play through. The verse, pre-chorus, chorus sections, like I'll put little overdub parts on there where I will copy-paste them, so that helps, but alright, good to know. I think I am going to overdub. There it is. I'm going to overdub the chorus. And then I'm gonna just... No, don't delete the region. Alright, I'm gonna just color code that. Hit copy paste because it happens twice. And then I did a reverse of the second and third chord in that progression. So I'm just gonna have to... No, freaking screw off. Keeps asking me if I want to delete everything. Pretty sure I don't. And now that I've got that, I just need to find the other spots where I've got the chorus. This is a little tedious at first, but once I go copy paste, it gets real quick, real fast. Alright, so put that tone on. Tune. Come on, hurry up, hurry up. I just did a little bit of a wah boost on my lead tone, so let me listen to that. Let's cut. Alright, bass. Alright, so this bass take sounds awful. The notes are correct, but the low end is like this sound. It's not pleasant. So what I'm gonna do is go up here, hit flux pitch. Turn it on for the track, let it analyze. It doesn't take that long. So now I'm just going to double click on it, open this window up, realize I have to pee really bad and cut you off, and I'm going to go do that. But I'll be right back. Just hit me. I was sitting here holding it, trying to get all the stuff done, and I was like, I am going to pee my pants. I drink this 32-ounce coffee. The sucker's like that big. Go into edit. Simply just create MIDI track from flux pitch data. There's a couple little slidey around type notes, and they're going to be on kind of like wonky spots, so I don't want that. And quantize. And then any of these little like in between notes. I'm going to try and do like that one. That one are obvious. But if I miss one or two, it won't sound completely dissonant and awful. Dude, that first thing where I did it's like quad tracked with a single guitar because of the signal routing. That is a freaking awesome trick. That sounds so tight now. Even though my playing is a little sloppy, it's all locked together. Metronome. I'll be at the kit. I did the drums. I actually just ran into the house real quick. I did a little maintenance. There was a fill. It was right around here. First passed through the progression in the chorus where it was a little wonky, so I nudged some things. If it's like a minor mistake, I'll occasionally do that. Let me listen to this. I feel like the cymbals are loud. I remember this was a thing. Can I just type in? Say -4. Funny because there's another kit where the cymbals are so quiet you can barely hear on this one. They're too loud. So, you know. Yeah, I like to hear the cymbals, but I don't like to hear just cymbal wash the whole time. It gets annoying. You're like the whole chorus. I need to figure out what I want to do for the vocals. I have like a makeshift half-ass idea I put down, but I always do it in the morning, and I mean like right when I wake up. So I'm like, and I think I'm making something that's decipherable, and it's not. A little different than the first one, but close enough. I was thinking of just doing an all the way through thing, but I just didn't know what I wanted to do. I was unsure of the chorus. The lyrics I put down are going to be in the bottom of the description box. The middle of my description box has where you can find me online, purchase, and stream my music. That's just pretty self-explanatory. There's a big blob of places like iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, and the list goes on. Then the top thing I've got in my description box is a link. So right in the beginning of the video, I say it's Christian rock. And I then don't really say much else about it. The lyrics are sometimes in that general direction. Other times it's randomness. It's hard to say, unless I specifically tell you. This link is here because it's a good resource. There's a lot of really bad teaching out there. I always say it's all subjective. That means they're importing traditional, denominational, personal, emotional baggage, text out of context, all that stuff. This teaching is objective. It's what does this actually say? What were the writers intending? It's the only one I'm aware of that actually does that for real. So you're going to see grammar, translation, just teaching without anything else added, text in context, because text out of context is error, and that. So yeah, it's teaching only. It's really good stuff. I think it's a good resource, and I started putting it in my description box a while ago, so that's why that's there. I write a song every morning. I just change my sounds around. Did I do anything besides... Nah. I saved the guitar setting, and then I've got the clean bass sound. In this case, I'm not always going to pump it into the MIDI bass, although maybe I will. It kind of sounds cool with the stereo thing out on the side. Anyway, I think it all came out good. Like the new sound, the drums. I kind of went for this kit a little bit ago, but I changed the snare out. I want to try the kit that's just built into, or the snare that's just built into the kit, which I'm doing. I changed out the bass drum this time. Cymbals I turned down. So yeah, I just put up an album prior to the one I put up yesterday. I put out insane amounts of albums because I write a song every day, it piles up. It's called Reverse. It's just got a face with a bunch of flowers coming out of it and stuff as the album artwork. But it's using this same kit but a different snare. That makes a huge difference, though, just changing out that snare sound. So this is kind of like going off that, but a little bit of a mod. I like to keep trying new things. Anyway, I will see you later. I'll shut up, and here comes the song.